Chip boy, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, man. We getting close to some Forza Motorsport 7, man. I think probably the first build on the channel from Forza Motorsport 7 will probably be on Monday, so definitely don't forget to let me know your requests down in the comments section for those Forza Motorsport 7 videos, man. I'm excited. I don't know why. I'm excited to see what's new, what's in store, possibly some new cars, man, so we're going to see. I'm mixed emotions about it. But for today's video, man, we have a request coming from one person in particular on YouTube. Marissa Inman wants to see a Belair drift build. Now, typically, Belairs, for those of you guys who are familiar with them, the Chevy Belair, I believe it's a 1950s. 53 is the one that they have in here. Let me just see here. Lots of Chevrolets. Now, the Belair have been discontinued for a very, very long time. Nova, here's the Belair right here. A 57 Belair is what we're working with right here. Now, typically when you see these cars, drift build is not what you're going to have in mind. Maybe a nice lowrider, maybe a nice cruiser, maybe you put a nice engine in it, you make it a drag car. So that's kind of the reason that I chose this build. Now I'm going to start out with a very basic manufacturer color on this thing, and throughout the build we're going to turn this thing into an absolute drift monster. Now I'm super excited to get out here and upgrade this thing. Now right off the bat, we're going to check out this BODYKIT preset. And there you have it. Very nice slammed. Subtle, actually. Very subtle compared to some of the other presets that I've seen out here. But for this one, we're just going to take care of everything on our own. Now right out of the gate, I'm looking for a little bit more power in this thing. Now the V12 would definitely be insane, but I'm thinking a V10 would be more than enough. As you can see, we're boosting the horsepower quite a bit here. I want to say it's similar to Ryan Turk's, what has he got, the 458 motor in there? Not really, because obviously we're starting with like a boat of a shell. But this thing's going to need a lot of help, and I think a supercharger. Supercharger looks like it's going to give us a nice linear power band, so I'm happy about that. Now, as far as the front bumper goes, it looks like we're going to go ahead and shave those little lights off there. Rear end, that definitely does not work. The rear bumper, shaving those. Oh, and we got the big tire. I don't know. I guess we'll leave the stock bumper on there. What is going on? Oh, the fender. That's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll throw that on there. This is really out of my realm, and the fact that we're going to be making this thing a drift car is then even more out of, like, it's just going to be it's going to be different, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope you're ready. Now, once again, I always catch crap for the race tire compound. More so than ever, I feel like I'm going to need it in this car. And I think we're going to have more than enough power to overcome that grip. Maybe we'll put a little bit of a thinner tire on the rear. One time I saw a comment that somebody said, why would anybody do that? Well, that's to get the back end out a little bit easier there, lass. Now, what I'm thinking for wheels is something nice and muscle carish. Like, I do like the Kragers, but I'm going to skim through a few more options here. Now I'm thinking these ADV Forzas here are going to be sick once I make the wheel diameter just a little bit bigger. These 5-spoke wheels I think are really going to set this car off, especially for being a drift car. I think a nice low-profile tire is definitely going to look nice on this thing. Clutch-wise, we're definitely going to be upgrading that. The transmission from the 57 Chevrolet here is definitely going to get swapped out. Race differential, we're going to go ahead and upgrade that. Now, as far as the brakes go, why not? Springs and dampers, wow, look at that. That thing is absolutely slammed. I'm liking the look of that already. Anti-roll bars, both front and back. And obviously, the most important thing to me in this car is going to be that weight reduction. And I guess we'll throw a cage in this thing too, since it will be a spec drift car. I don't really know what a spec drift car is, but it's going to be pretty much as drift car as I can get it. Now, keeping in mind that we're working with a V10 right now and not the old V8 that was in this thing, I'm going to go ahead and just do a few light modifications, sitting very nicely at the top of the S1 class there. I'm happy with the way this thing's looking, so I'm going to add that to the build here. And next up, we're going to do some slight tuning on here. Now, as far as the springs go, anti-roll bars, dampening, stiffness, I'm not too sure about that. Let's go ahead and jump into the designs and paints here. Paint car. And, I mean, the thing's as low as I want it to get. So, really, we're just going to need a nice paint job here. Now, I wonder if there's any race. Let me just check and find out if there's any race designs, like some Hoonigan style. Hoonigan style. Come on. Let's have it. That's pretty cool with the camo at the back there. Oh, I like that. I like that, ladies and gents. We might go for a little rat rod drift build. It's actually quite a few pretty decent designs here. Oh, man. Decisions. That fading camo is pretty cool. I wish there was more like race car letters on that thing. There is on that. Let's see. Okay, let's search racing team. Let's try that and see what we can come up with here. Now, I'm not really feeling any of the designs through here, so I'm just going to paint this thing up myself. Now, I was really liking that candy red design on this thing. There was a few paint jobs, and as you can see, there's the nice gold emblems on the front and back, which I think really look nice. Darken it up slightly. Tint up these windows. Now, I was thinking of going with like some racing decals or some sort of like sponsorship decals, but I actually really like the clean, simple look on this thing right now. So we're going to go ahead and take this thing out on the road. Now, with that being said, we are going to keep in mind that this thing is in fact a boat. We do, however, have quite a bit of power from what I'm going to guess to be a Ferrari engine. Now, it's definitely going to help. Really the biggest thing is going to be, is this boat of a car going to be able to maintain a drift around such, you know, such tight roads that are really in this little village here. The engine definitely doesn't have a problem spinning the tires. Now, we have been mostly, this sounds like a Viper engine, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that is a Dodge Viper engine, ladies and gentlemen, and not a Ferrari engine. Just by the sound of it, I'm more than confident that it is. Which is a little strange having a Dodge engine inside of a Chevy. But I guess really Chevrolet doesn't have any, I don't think they have any V10 engines, man. I think the biggest that they've ever done, maybe in like some of their commercial vehicles, they've got the big diesel V10s, but I really wouldn't be able to bank on that either, man. So this thing is quite a handful, I'm not gonna lie. It's just, as you can see, we're always, oh man, that was not a drift tap, but I'll take it. It's constantly, the back end is just swinging out, hitting everything. And I really haven't even been on any tight roads. I've really been going straight for the most part. Got the drone flying above us there. Takes a long time to get the momentum going, and it doesn't help when you have drivatars and traffic getting in the way with, like, this car is just massive. in a straight line, you can definitely rack up some points relatively quickly, but as soon as you go, I guess I came up on that turn a little late, but as soon as you go to turn, it's just boom, on the sidewalk, knocking over mailboxes. Okay, here's the drift parking lot. Maybe we can get some nice links going in here. Hold on a second. All right. We are in the drift parking lot where people usually drift when they're online. And this thing is definitely a handful. Let's try second gear. E-brake into her. Nice easy rotation. Stay sideways. All right. That's not entirely terrible. Second gear seems to be the money on this one. Hit the e-brake a little late, but still carrying a nice drift throughout the turn there. Big swing on the back end there coming around. Alrighty, so really I think the issue is just getting into a familiar territory. Like, I've done this same figure eight, oh god, thousands of times, man. This is just where everyone goes to do the tandems, you know what I mean? So I do have it down for the most part. But in this thing, you just have to remember, this is an extremely big car, weighs a lot. So if you are planning on doing this build at home, definitely take some practice before you get out there and you know, try to hot dog it. You don't want to be the guy getting called out for ruining the tandems. I've learned that the hard way, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, I am your boy D-Nolly, a.k.a. Don Squally. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and we get to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Don't die. Oh, shit. Where you going, bro? Don't be creeping on my friend. Don't be creeping on my friend. You and your homie. Oh, nut shot. Nut shot. Oh, buddy. Go. And your boy, man. Get him out of here. Oh, fucking. Oh, my God.